In our next bit of movie news today, it's smaller. It's not the most grandiose, like mind blowing, holy cow kind of thing, but The Matrix 4, as we all know, is coming. They're currently filming right now. The director, Lana Wachowski, one of the Wachowskis, she has developed a brand new style of filming. Now, as with the first Matrix film, it came out and it blew everybody's minds away. I didn't see it for like a year or 2 years after it came out. But when I did get to go see it for the first time, I like that whole bullet style of filming. It was crazy. Nobody had ever seen anything like that before. We watched it on screen and we thought, how in the world did our knee-jerk reaction was not, how did you film this? Our knee-jerk reaction was, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then you watch it a second time, a third time, a fourth time, and then you start wondering, like, how in the world did they film this? Well, one of the actors on set, and hold on, let me scroll down here. This is rather interesting. One of the actors from the movie, Jessica Henwick, whom you've seen in the Iron Fist television show and also Game of Thrones, she's in the film, and she had this to say when she was interviewed about the film. She said, there are definitely moments on set where Yahya Abdul-Martin, who we just spoke about, who's going to be in the upcoming Furiosa prequel. There are definitely moments on set where Yahya Abdul-Martin II and I look at each other and we just go, Matrix 4. Those pinch me moments. Yeah, Lana Wachowski is doing some really interesting things on a technical level in the same way that, she created a style back then, referring to the original Matrix film. I think she's going to change the industry again with this film. There are some camera rigs that I've never seen before that we're using. That's probably all I can say for that. So here she is. Here's Jessica Henwick on the set of Matrix 4 talking about this new revolutionary style of filmmaking. We don't know what it is yet. She can't actually come out and officially say what it is that they're doing, what it is that they're filming, or how they're filming it. But this is going to change. As she says she thinks this is going to change the industry in terms of filmmaking. What does that say to you, Todd? And how much salt can we take with each grain?
Yeah, I mean, for lightning to strike twice, God bless them. I hope it's true. Because, like you said, that bullet time style of filmmaking, just how imaginative and creative you had to be to it was incredible. It was such a stunning achievement that they had created there, and to think they're going to be able to do it again in the same franchise, and change the way filmmakers consider how they go about their duty as a filmmaker, how and the timing and the camera placement and the rigs to reinvent. I mean, I love that stuff. I geek out on that. I think what they're able to do with special effects in camera versus doing it CGI in post. I think it's so much more creative and inspiring when they're able to do it.
Lord of the Rings was arguably the first behind-the-scenes documentary style, I guess behind the scenes, that we ever really got to see in depth. We really, after we saw the movies, and then we bought them all on DVD and Blu-ray, or I guess before Blu-ray came out, on the extended editions, they had so many appendices in on the DVDs, and also some really fun Easter eggs hidden on the DVDs themselves. But they had some of arguably the best behind the scenes filmmaking of the film, which actually turned out to be twice as long as the film itself. This is how we made the movies, and I loved them. But before any of those came out, there were some behind the scenes things that came out from the Matrix, from the original Matrix film. It was on the DVD, and I remember for the first time, the Matrix was the fourth DVD I ever owned. My first and second was Contact and U571. I bought them simultaneously. The third film I ever owned was Disney's Recess, School's Out, the movie. Do you remember?
I don't think I've ever even heard of that one.
It's an animated film. It was based on their television show Recess. It was like a bunch of like third graders and I don't know, whatever. It was silly, but I really enjoyed it at the time. And then the fourth film I ever owned on DVD was The Matrix. And on the DVD, it was so, because again, like when DVD was new, previously all we had was VHS. You have the tape, you put it in, you watch like 3 or 4 previews and maybe a few commercials at the beginning just before the movie starts, and then you get the FBI warning, don't you dare reproduce this, and then the movie starts. But then with DVD, you had this incredible, and I will even go so far to say that the Matrix, the original Matrix film, kind of helped shape and form what special features on a DVD platform could be. They even had Easter eggs on there. They had a music only track. Do you remember this? Did you ever own it on DVD?
I never owned the DVD, but I remember going over to a friend's house. He got a new subwoofer, and we didn't watch the entire thing, but he was so excited to show me the lobby scene and then the elevator explosion. He's like, sit on the couch, feel the whole thing shake. Yeah. So that was one of my first experiences with the DVD. That and Con Air, which I actually think.
Wow.
Over to a friend's house. He did not have a DVD player, but he had a computer with a DVD drive. So we watched it on a computer monitor.
Wow. That's some old school right there. That's old school. I mean, like at the time you had to do what you had to do, right? But I remember.
But the notion of interactive menus and chapter selection, fast forward or rewind, and when you were done, you just popped out the disc. You didn't have to hit rewind. You didn't have to
blew everybody's mind.
Rewind.
Like, I mean, now we're living in the age of streaming and, on demand, this and that and blah, blah, blah. But like at the time, that was so revolutionary. And the Matrix DVD, I argue, helped shape what those special features could be and what they could look like, because there was the white rabbit. You had to search through, they had an Easter egg where you had to go through every menu of the whole DVD thing to find the white rabbit. You had to go to the screen, navigate up, down, left, right. Nope, it's not there. Next screen, up, down, left, right. Nope, it's not there. Until you found that little Easter egg in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Bloop, there it is, and then it took you into this new interactive experience. It was the craziest thing. It was
That's really cool.
So anyway,
another good one was Christopher Nolan's Memento.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was on the Region 1 DVDs, but I think on the European versions there was an Easter egg that would unlock it so you could watch the chapters in reverse order.
Come on, that's brilliant. Come on. Mm-hmm. What a great idea. And anyway, like this is all the kind of stuff. The Matrix has always been kind of a symbol for innovation. The Wachowskis, I mean, like, say what you will about their, other catalog of films. Like Matrix 2, the first half was awesome. The second half was garbage. And the third film was just terrible altogether. The Animatrix, it was okay, I guess. I don't know, whatever. I loved Speed Racer. It's not regarded as a very good movie, but again, the cinema.
I think more recent reviews have been kinder to it. At the time, it got panned. So bad that I to this day still haven't seen it, but. I've heard more recent reviews and people who have a genuine affinity for it. They thought it was great when it came out and love it today.
It's a little long, but other than that, it's a fun ride. It's a fun movie. Other films and projects of theirs, some have been great, like Sense8. Everybody has just raved about Sense8. But then you have other films, like what was that Tom Hanks outer space futuristic something or other that did not go over well. I can't think of the name of it.
Uh,
Jupiter Ascending.
yeah, the one where he comes back to Earth and
Something.
he's
Wait,
piloting
Jupiter
a ship
Ascending.
or
No, that
something,
wasn't
right?
Tom Hanks. That was yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm
That was
talking
Mila
about.
Kunis.
Anyway, so some of their stuff has been great. Some hasn't. No, Oblivion was Tom Hanks. Or sorry, Tom Cruise. But speaking of Tom Cruise, that's actually kind of the perfect segue here. Before we start talking about more Tom Cruise stuff, I want to throw it to you guys. And what do you think about this? Are you excited? First of all, are you excited for a Matrix 4 film? I personally am not excited for a Matrix 4 film. However, I'm kind of interested to see what this new filmmaking style is. I mean, it's not the biggest news in the world to say or to hear actress is excited to be in movie because of new innovations. I mean, it's okay, take it with a grain of salt. The person who is working on the movie herself is excited about things that are happening on set. I mean, we saw this with Richard E. Grant when he walked out of the premiere, or not even the premiere, it was like the private screening of Rise of Skywalker. He had the private screening of Rise of Skywalker. He took a selfie video of himself and he was crying. He was crying at how good and how moving it was. And it got everybody so excited and like, oh my goodness, this is going to be the movie of all movies. And then we went to go see it and it was like, nah. It was kind of fun, I guess, but it wasn't great. Not a good movie. Richard E. Grant, stop tricking us. Anyway, but yeah, where do you guys sit with The Matrix 4? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Are you somewhere in between? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Okay, hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Batman from the animated series would want you to do. His name is Batman.